that the totally not Dutch Nazis are trying to depose the democratically elected government and put a totalitarian dictatorship in charge. Which is embarrassingly awkward, because that is literally how I played the game the last time I did a run as the Dutch. It was me establishing the totalitarian dictatorship last time around, of course, which was a bit different because I was doing it on purpose, but still. Okay, hold the attack. Passable. The Czech government is non-clique. Okay, break off your attack. Surprisingly, we are now winning in the Americas. Though they've still got a bit of a ways to go, it's definitely by no means a sure thing. We will very soon, and by we, I mean the Union forces, because I've been a good deal less involved over in the Americas just by virtue of the fact that other things have commanded my attention. But anyways, see, our joint venture with the Irish people has some results, dividends from their investment going forward, that being the thing to mine in Morocco and such. Casablanca will gain 8 production of steel. 8 steel in Casablanca now. Colony, more or less.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Yeah, I guess advantages from that. Yes, Madrid has been ever so slightly de-encircled now, however. It's still going badly, and I suspect Red Spain may be a thing that happens. Fighter production, I think. Monarchy has been restored in Greece. After weeks of deliberation, the Greek government has decided to return the crown to King Alexandros I, who was exiled in 1923 following the establishment of the Third Republic. While many consider Alexandros unpopular due to the part he played in the surrendering of the economy to Germany and Austria following the First Weltkrieg, it was felt he was still the most legitimate ruler. The king spoke to a massive cheering crowd in Athens after returning for the first time in many years, saying Greece had finally returned to the path it was meant to be on, about to work with the country's leaders to forge a positive future. It's nice. And my motorized infantry is now done. So I can begin the new textbook focus, which will get rid of Victors of the Welt Creek and all of the nasty experience gain penalties that we get as a result of it. Since 1810, famous Prussian War College has been inarguably the most prestigious military institute for higher learning in the world. However, prestigious does not necessarily mean up to date. Our military doctrine has thoroughly changed in the last few years, and while some classics never get old, Clausewitz still saves stressed students. Others have fallen out of date. It is time to replace them. Folk IS, hello and welcome to Kaiserreich. We are just getting rid of some very bad national spirits. And thank you for the follow. As for what I mean by very bad national spirits, I'm talking about this one. That is basically minus 20% army experience gain. Very much of the not good, as I'm sure you'll agree. Fortunately, we have already gotten rid of the Black Monday one, so I don't have the stupid penalties. And yes, I do have a YouTube channel. It's linked in the doodad down below, and what I'm doing is, in addition to streaming this, I'm recording it due to some OBS magic that lets me record in 1080p and stream in a resolution my internet connection can handle. So I just edit and upload those to my YouTube channel when I find the time. Because thanks to said internet connection, it would take me about a day and a half to upload a single video. I am not making this up. So I have to use the local library at a nearby college to do my uploading. And this is... getting interrupted, lovely, but Greece has now joined the Entente, so the Entente right now consists of Pink Canada, Australasia, French Republic, and a bunch of other randos and stuff, so they're not much of a threat to us or anything, but they will be annoying once we end up in war with the French. That's just how this goes. They will be annoying more than anything else. This is 1938, August 1938, so it will be 1939 soon. And currently, most of my military action is the two proxy wars I'm fighting in America and Spain, and they've sort of done a flipsy. The American one is now going better than the Spanish one, which previously was where I was doing better. How has so much changed? Well, oh yeah, I am running mods. This is a mod called Kaiserreich, Legacy of the Welt Creek. It's an alternate history timeline where Germany won World War I, and I am playing as Germany. It has some really interesting lore and backstory stuff. And just to catch you up on the basics, Germany won World War I. They also intervened in the Russian Civil War, so the whites, basically everybody that wasn't the communists, won over there. And Britain and France became socialist, as did northern Italy, because Italy is split in two. The Ottoman Empire and Austrian Empire also still exist. No fascism, no. Romania is honestly the closest thing there is to fascism, because there's sort of an interesting two-party dynamic type thing, because there's this balance of relationships between the groups, and the guy that the King of Romania is sharing power with, a dude called Codriano, is basically the closest thing there is to a fascist, as far as I'm aware. And even then, it's a bit iffy on how close it actually is. But that's as much fascism as you're gonna get, really. Millennium Dawn? Not really. I played it a little bit way back a couple years ago, but it's been a while. Kaiserreich is, and I don't need to exaggerate for this to be true, my favorite Hearts of Iron 4 mod. Full stop. In fact, back when I played Hearts of Iron in the Darkest Hour version instead of with Hearts of Iron 4, I literally bought that game so I could play Kaiserreich. The only other Hearts of Iron 4 mods I have actually tried at this point and actually put some amount of hours into, rather than just popped in briefly and left because it was too unfinished and I wanted to give it time or something, are New World Order, The Great War, and I forget the name, but the Fallout mod. Old World Blues, that's it, I think. But yeah, those are the only ones other than Kaiserreich I have really tried out. I have a few others on my list that I really want to give a go at some point, like Road to 56, and there's another one, I forget the name, but it sets it literally right after the end of the Napoleonic Wars. So that sort of thing, yeah. The Blue Lotus. Yes, yes, Chinese cartoons, blah blah blah. Solo is Italy. To be honest, I am a very bad Hearts of Iron player. It's one of the reasons I like Kaiserreich. It's as a lot of the stuff is centered around the narrative and storytelling, and it's a lot more event-driven. So I don't necessarily need to be good. It has been forever since I played vanilla Hearts of Iron also, so I might not be the best person to ask for tips, to be honest. I just sort of stumble along and hope for the best, is what seems to happen a lot with me, to be honest. Mods? Well, I obviously recommend Kaiserreich. It really depends what you're looking for in a mod. Let's see. New World Order is a good one. That is another alternate history mod, and is set in the Axis 1 World War II timeline, so a good deal darker, obviously, and it's interesting, and again, very narrative and event-driven and such, but the thing with New World Order is that a lot of the setup things are kind of scripted, so they'll force you down a certain path in some ways, which I'm not too fond of. But other than that, it is kind of fun if you can get past that sort of thing. Porluck 46. Hello. Doing pretty good, although I have started to lose in Spain now. Oh, over here. What's happening in Spain? Well, the Spanish royalist government, who I actually have volunteers supporting, has started to lose quite badly. Very badly, in fact. And they have just managed to reverse Madrid being encircled on 3 sides. If that gives you an idea as to how bad things are going. At the start of the session, the Kingdom of Spain was there. Now they're there. For one thing. Also, the Carlists have a little bit more control at this point. And yeah, Germany is a monarchy in Kaiserreich. Since they did win World War I, the Kaiser was never overthrown, so they are a monarchy. Technically a constitutional monarchy at this point, to a degree. It's complicated, but in the focus tree, one of the things that I took was to do some reforms that made it so that the Kaiser can no longer appoint the Chancellor by royal edict, essentially. And yeah, the Russians are socialists. For the Kaiserreich thing with Russia, even though Russia, the Whites won the Russian Civil War thanks to German intervention in this, there was a second socialist uprising in my game, which led to the Russians winning, or the Russian socialists winning. And I have no idea who this person is that's in charge of socialist Russia now. But the Don-Cuban Union decided to be stupid at one point, and they declared war on the Russian Socialist Republic while the Civil War was going on. They lost and got conquered. They got very conquered. Oh, what happened in my game? Sorry. I never know if anyone comes in knows this stuff, but yeah. The especially funny thing with this particular thing in Spain, though, is the fact that Spain and America, for me, have now done a bit of a flipsy, because it used to be America that was a hot mess, and Spain where I was succeeding beyond my wildest dreams, but now it's the other way around. And currently things are going so well in America that the Union State is just a few provinces away from being able to take Chicago, the CSA Capital. And what other games do I play? I have a lot of them right now, but my current list of what I'm streaming would be, let's see, Morrowind, Mountain Blade Warband, Mountain Blade Warband, Sekiro, and Final Fantasy XIV. It changes, but sometimes, but that's what I'm doing right now. And as for stuff on my YouTube channel, that plus add The Witcher 3 to that list, and it's basically that. Dudes, how are you doing? Well, swings and roundabouts in Spain again. Still doing worse than we were before, but Madrid is notably less insulted looking. America. To overwhelm that little pocket. That's good to see. Yeah, I'm not really able to have a massive overwhelming effect on the outcomes of individual wars, to be honest, because I can only send 2 divisions as volunteers per nation. So that's what we have. 2 divisions in Spain and another 2 over in the Americas. World conquest? Oh hell no. I never do world conquests. Never ever. And this is probably something that a lot of people might not necessarily agree with, but I find world conquest to be quite an exploity thing to do, because it's a lot of taking advantage of glitches and abusing unpatched mechanics and stuff, it seems like to me. So I don't like doing that, because I'm more interested in narrative and storytelling and things, and seeing what kind of story I can get out of a playthrough than just gobbling up every other nation on the map. Which is part of why I never do world conquests, because it doesn't really fit that mindset. There would be one notable exception to it fitting that mindset, honestly. If I ever decide to do a Fanatical Purifier or whatever run in Stellaris or something, then a world conquest might fit. But even then, I don't think I would particularly be good enough to pull something like that off. I still don't find world conquests that enjoyable, to be honest. It's part of why I struggle so much to find any enjoyable content in Crusader Kings, because that is one of my Crusader Kings 2 is basically my favorite Paradox game at this point, I think. Even though I play more Kaiserreich than Crusader Kings right now. It's still my favorite of all the individual games, but the actual focus on role-playing and narrative and stuff I really like. And it's the reason why I struggle to find anyone doing videos on that I enjoy. For the reason that everyone seems to want to exploit the game. Conquer, conquer, conquer. Rather than it being story related or using it to see what kind of story they can tell with their characters and stuff. The Socialist Republic of Order... Socialist Republic of Italy, I can't talk for a minute apparently, has declared war on the two Sicilies. I actually tried to do a game as Two Sicilies once a couple of patches back, but my first attempt, an update broke my game, because it made that save unusable, and the second time, it basically turned into the Western Front of World War I in Italy. And I was stuck there forever and gave it up. And what do I think of the New Order? I like it. I've not played a massive amount of it, and it was a couple updates back when I really played it before, and I haven't gotten into it a ton, but I've played enough to be able to say that I like it, and I really want to play more of it when I get a chance. Okay, folk. Thank you for turning up. And we're apparently done sending the Ukrainians aid. Speaking of Ukrainians... time to send the army I have camping in Ukraine on the Russian border. A few more divisions. Let's put 3 more factories to work on tactical bombers and 2 more on fighters. And now we need to keep on producing more factories because my civilian factories have almost run out of things to do. Time to get the old war industry cranking into overdrive. It's a little of both, actually. I want the experience to be able to get a few more levels in my war doctrines and stuff. Or my land doctrines, rather. War doctrines. That would be a cool name, but alas, they're not called that. And get them leveled up a bit when I can, because when the war really starts, I'm gonna have to start basically ignoring training levels and just pumping them out the moment they're available, I'm pretty sure. Speaking of, preserve the German order, thank you very much. I want that organization and recovery rate, I think.